Also, congratulations, because you have the most dramatic season of The Bachelor ever. Truly, truly, truly. Like, the most captivating season I think I've ever seen. So...
Is that a congratulations or like a oh man?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely emotional. It's different probably than what people might have been expecting from me even. I'll say at times I surprised myself. But I think also it was an unbelievable opportunity. It was very humbling for me.
Yeah.
I said it out there in front of the women I came into it into it with a chip on my shoulder, but I also came into it thinking I knew it all. Thinking I had this thing figured out. And
You had done it twice already in a year.
Right. And you sort of pick up on things and you get comfortable, but right when you get comfortable, you get that, you get humbled. You get checked.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
it's true.
Yeah.
You can't relax too much.
No, not at all.
Watching the clip back at the very end, you have so many girls saying, I love him, I'm in love with him. And then you go and you want the girl who is not there yet. How frustrating is that?
I think every relationship moves at different paces. And I think you can only speak for the relationships that you're in. And at that time, hearing that somebody wasn't reciprocating those feelings back towards me was very hard, very emotional. But I have to do what's best for me. And I think over this next episode, you're going to see how exactly that plays out.
Okay.
Yes, Cassie left, but I'm still in a relationship with 2 other women. So I still have to navigate those relationships and see what is the best decision for me.
But you jumped over a fence because you were done.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been to a point where you're done? You're okay, in paradise?
Yeah, there was probably one moment where I was I can't do this anymore. I feel completely trapped, that completely trapped feeling. And you said it felt so freeing to jump over the fence and start running. Yeah. How long does that feeling last, and when did you stop?
That feeling was great. But, I think you see in the teasers, obviously, I have a big conversation with Chris, and then I lean on my family. My family is always there looking out for me, and, you get to see the conversation with my dad and I, and that's not an easy one for me to even watch back. So,
speaking of families, you kind of alluded to not totally driving with Kailyn's family. Am I right on that? No?
No, and one thing that I wish I could have been a little more articulate and clear on was there was nothing about where my relationship with Kailyn was at. It was where the others were. Okay. It wasn't anything specific that was between us, but it was more about where I'm at with the other 3 women.
Okay, so I think that everybody feels you and Cassie, you and Hannah G, has felt you and Kailyn, but maybe Teesha kind of slid in there. So at that point, you did have stronger feelings for Teesha than Kailyn.
Yeah, you see it in the rose ceremony, so
okay.
Yeah.
Cassie's dad's hard.
Yes.
How did you leave that hometown feeling? Did you feel like he was a fan of you? Did you feel he was telling his daughter, I'm not okay with him?
Well, no, I think the one thing that I realized is family means so much to her, and she values their opinions so much that she probably left hometowns feeling even more confused. So, it was a harder conversation to have. It was definitely hard to not receive a blessing, especially coming off of 3 other hometowns where I did get that blessing. So it had its challenges.
And my last question is about Cassie. She says she wasn't there yet. Did you feel like her feelings were behind you the entire time, or was that just something you learned in the moment at the fantasy suite?
No, I think you see me sort of struggle with that throughout these last 3 episodes. Okay. It's I just need to find out where she's at. Yeah. I need to find out where she's at. I think I know where she's at, but I don't know for sure. So you see me trying to talk through it myself, and even point blank ask her 2 different times. She
was always assuring you.
The nonverbals, yeah. And it's one of those things that's I'm in this relationship. I want to do what's best for this relationship, and this is where I think this relationship could go. So it was one of those things I really had to just trust my gut.